What would you like to win this month? My name's Carolyn, and I'm known as the Contest Queen. And every month I have a sweepstakes Q&A and chat, and I teach you how to win while I answer your sweepstakes questions. Now, normally I have a huge pile sent into me in advance, but for some reason, everybody must have been busy this month because I didn't get any questions sent in advance. Now, on social media, I did have one person ask me, how do I know that I won on Instagram? So I've got my phone and I'm going to show you how you know that you won on Instagram. So, of course, you're going to have your app and you're going to see your feed. Okay, so there's two ways you're going to be notified. You're going to have, and they keep changing it. Each of my accounts, like I have business accounts and personal accounts, have different, and I don't understand, it's the same phone, it's the same app, but if I change accounts, the options at the top change. But what you're going to focus on is either the heart or the conversation. Okay, so tap on the heart and you're going to see all the notifications and tags and things and comments that were left. So every day, and I do mean this every day, check to see if you've been tagged by a company. I have a circle of sweepstakes friends that I tag for every giveaway. So of course, if a company tags me, that stands out a little bit, right? Like I did leave Old Dutch is going to be having a contest, and it said they liked my comment, which means the sponsor looked at it. I don't know what that means yet. I don't think that particular post was a giveaway. Sometimes it's good just to have engagement with brands. But you can see here, and all of a sudden, if you find a big brand following you, that means they want to message you because you usually follow them. So when they follow you, they can message you much easier. So if you spot a company, and you're going to recognize all the ones you've been entering lately. So those were all the notifications. So that was under the heart. The other place you want to go is the little conversation bubble, and that's going to bring you to your messages. So there's these. Now, I don't understand why this happens. Some tags are in the notification area and other tags are in the message area. It doesn't seem to be consistent, or at least for my feed. I don't know why. Now, I've already checked on mine today because I'm a good little sweepstaker. So there's nothing specifically bolded, but if it's bolded, it's a new tag or a comment. And then again, scan to see if any companies, of course, all these ones are all my friends. And that's actually a good way for me to find Instagram giveaways because I'm so busy right now publishing. My goal is to publish 12 books this year. Well, technically not 12 books per se, but 12 editions because, for example, the Spanish edition of In Contact with Other Realms, En Contacto con Otro Renes, oh, my Spanish is terrible, was published this month. So that is the Spanish edition of In Contact with Other Realms. So that is, I didn't rewrite a book from scratch. And I'm working on the Audible edition of A Man Called Friday. So I count those as 2 books. But still, it's a lot. Anyway, because I'm so busy, and I would miss some great giveaways because the Instagram feed is no longer chronological. It shows you what it thinks you would like the best based on previous interactions. When my friends tag me, I'll go through and see whether I've what they've tagged me in, and a lot of times we're like, ooh, that looks like a good prize, and then I'll go and enter. So it's great having a circle of sweepstakes friends. Now, some people don't have anybody to tag, So the first Tuesday of every month, I post on my Instagram feed, and I put it on my other socials too. But on my Instagram feed, I post a tagging Tuesday, and I pin that post, and you can go to it and find other sweepstakers, make new friends. Plus, you can also tag the contest queen. Now, be aware that I don't enter from that my work address. I only enter on my personal account, and so I won't be entering. So if a sweepstakes requires that both of you follow the sponsor to be in to win, don't tag me, because if you're picked, I would disqualify you because I wouldn't enter, and that's not very fair. Beverly is on track with the Instagram. She says, do you know how many times you can enter an Instagram daily or once? It depends on the rules. Now, some of them say just tag a friend and are very generic. They don't tell you how many times you can enter. Other ones specifically say one comment or one tag equals one entry. So you're going to tag all your friends. I personally just tag my 5 or 10 friends, depending on the prize, or one, depending on the rules, and then forget about it. However, if there was one that started, say, Sunday, the 25th, and it goes till March 2nd, which is Saturday, that's 7 days. Depending on how many friends you have, so say you wanted to do one and spread your entries out, you could go back every day and enter and tag one person, and that would spread your entries out through the entire entry period, the database that they would pull from. I think that your odds of winning social ones are lower than other sweepstakes, so I always enter them last. And this, unless you are saving that sweepstakes in your organizational system to remember to go back, I would just do, my personal opinion is to do your 5 or 10 or 20 or however many people you want, one go. That's it. If you're going to win you're going to win. That's the way I look at it. So I hope that makes it more clear on how often you should enter Instagram. Also, Instagram, the feed goes like so quickly, right? Like the feed is so quick, and there's so many giveaways. And because I enter giveaways, literally look at giveaway, and then there'll be, that was one. There's another one. That's a congratulations to a winner. So that was a giveaway. Hosting a winter giveaway. There's a thank you from one of my friends who won. She posted, thank the sponsor. Always good to thank the sponsor. Another giveaway. Like, it is, my feed is literally giveaway. And another like, it's just literally every other post is a giveaway. It's a little crazy. So once you get entering sweepstakes all the time on Instagram, that will be your feed. So the algorithm does work in your favor. Oh, your what feed? Your Instagram feed. But it also works the same with TikTok. If you start entering TikTok giveaways, you will see them more frequently, but they are harder to find. Oh, look at this. Daphne says, thanks to you, I've won 2 giveaways since I started sweeping in the past 2 weeks. It is the best hobby in the world. Look at that. What's fascinating is how the hobby has changed, because when it was mail-in, like when Helene Hadsel was mailing, or Evelyn Ryan, who was the protagonist of the prize winner of Defiance, Ohio, when they were entering in the 50s and 60s, it was mail-in, and it would be weeks, sometimes even months before you could win. And now, because it's all online, you could literally enter now and win right away. It's crazy that the hobby has changed so much. So the rule of thumb used to be 3 to 6 months before you start to see your first prize. And now it could be 6 minutes, 3 to 6 minutes before you find your first prize, because the algorithm has changed so much. Susan said, yes, TikTok is hard to find for Canada only, but my Instagram is all giveaways now. Oops. And so grateful. Yes, thank you. So while we're on the topic, everyone keeps asking how to find giveaways on TikTok. And I got this. My friend Sandy figured this out. What you do is, I'm on my business account. Let me go to my personal account so I don't muck anything up, because I don't want to muck up the algorithm. So what you do is you're going to go to the search, which is up here. That's very hard to see on the videos, the little magnifying glass. And then you're going to type in giveaway. Now, I have figured out that it used to be sweepstakes in the States, contests in Canada, competitions in the UK. It seems on social, companies have all seemed to have defaulted to the word giveaway. Now, you can search on the other ones, but giveaway seems to be more popular. You can do the same searches on other ones, other words, like prize or where you live, to see if there's anything local, things like that. But giveaway seems to be the default. So you're going to hit a search, and it's going to just show the top videos. Well, let's look at this top video. It was posted 6 hours ago, and the one next to it was 6 days ago. And then this one was 8. Usually that's interesting. Usually it's 1 hour ago. Usually sometimes you do this. Oh, this is a live stream. I don't know how they must have a giveaway, but sometimes you do this and they are from months and months ago. So what you want to do is you want to tap on the 3 little buttons up there. And now you're going to get the filters down here, and you're going to tap on filters, and you're going to tap this week. So you want to do this at least once a week. Okay. And then you have to hit apply. And when I hit apply, the feed changed. Now, some of them were the same because they were just posted hours ago. But there's some new ones like this one. And then you have to hit like see more to read what the deal is. Oops, I didn't do that very good. Now, there's no real rules here. So a lot of people, the problem with TikTok is it's a little bit like the Wild West when the internet first came up. And companies are just hosting giveaway, like influencers are just hosting giveaways. They have 0 rules. They have no requirements. So you can go ahead and enter, and then you'll go, hey, I'm in this other country, and they'll be shocked that they don't have. And when does it end? And how many times can I enter? And how many, there's no frequency or anything. I've messaged a few influencers to crickets, of course. So, there's no like, this fella's giving away a PC. It says last day to win this PC. Now I have no volume on. There's 0 text. Here's a giveaway. Now this is from the Packers Pro Shop, the Green Bay Packers, the football team. Win a $50 Pro Shop gift card. This giveaway ends 2/29, so on Thursday, AM CST. There's no other rules, but I'm going to guess that you have to go down to the stadium to pick up your prize. So if you don't live within driving distance, the rules are embedded in the video. Like this post, follow us, tag a friend, and go pack go. So I'm going to assume that if I entered that, I would not do well. That's the problem. I have to assume, right? And there's a ton of beauty giveaways. I don't know why beauty giveaways seem to be the #1 type of giveaway on TikTok so far. It's a mystery to me. As a marketer, I find it absolutely fascinating to watch how the hobby has evolved from when I started to as social media came in, the Facebook, and then Twitter, which is now X, and then Instagram. And I was late to the game on Instagram because I had a BlackBerry. BlackBerry didn't have Instagram, so I didn't get Instagram until 2013. And it was much different back then. And then these other platforms, and there has been other platforms that have kind of showed up. Snapchat was doing giveaways for a while. There might still be giveaways on it. I haven't seen them. Pinterest had a lot of giveaways for quite some time. You'd have to make boards or pin things and message things and do this and do that. And I just remember when they just seemed to disappear. And also the pandemic changed a lot of things. And then also the change. So when Twitter went to X, I don't even remember. I think I've seen one online party on that platform. They seem to have really gone. I haven't seen any Instagram lives that host giveaways. But on TikTok, there are people that do lives and give stuff away. And at our last club meeting, virtual contest club meeting, there was a new attendee, and she finds all the ones on YouTube, and she does very well on the YouTube giveaways. And she loves it because she says they're low entry, which is a key to winning. Okay, so let me go up and see what other people have to say. Yeah, Susan agrees. It seems to be giveaway, but you can search for the other words just to see. Experiment. That's the fun of this hobby, right? You're going to experiment and have fun with it and try new things. Get out of your comfort zone. Maybe do a video entry. Oh, absolutely. Heidi says social media has changed how contests and sweepstakes work since the mail-in in-store days of yesteryear. If you really want to see something funny, I had a videotape that my husband had bought me, and it sat on my library shelf for years. And since I was doing the Audible books and I was in the studio all the time, and one of the services that the studio offers is digitization of everything, everything from pictures and slides, videos, tapes, PAL, VHS, like you name it, they can change it. And he even restored some of Helene's cassette tapes. We were able to restore them a little bit. He fixed them. He's pretty good, and not 100%. I mean, if the media is degraded, you can only fix it so much. So I thought, oh, why don't I take him this tape? And I put it on my YouTube channel, and it's square because it was for TV. And it's from the 80s, and the clothes and the hair are fabulous. And that's how it was really done. It was fantastic. And I did do a search on many of the people that appeared. And of course, many of them are no longer with us. But if you want to see some history in the sweepstakes world, that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Why do I have to accept cookies before I can fill out the entry form? That is just the nature of how companies like to track your usage. And I have never worried about it. I always say accept all cookies. I remember doing it on my phone one time, and it was on the Dare company. It was a cookie contest, and it said, please accept all cookies. And I screenshot it, and I posted it on their site. I said, of course it wants me to accept all the cookies. I just found it very funny that they're called cookies. So it's just part of the tracking. It's like how you look at a site, you're shopping, and then all you see are the ads. It's called remarketing. It's all the same thing. Oh, so many spams now. Congrats, winner post. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, you are not kidding, Patricia. It is so annoying. That's why a good set of rules will say, we will only message you directly. We will only, and you can tell, you can go back and look at the sponsor. If they have a lot of emojis in their message, if they ask you to click on a link, if they ask you to give a credit card number, those are all red flags. No, 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 no. For example, the last win I had on TikTok, I just got a DM saying, congratulations, you're a potential winner, because they want you to fill out the release form. Email so-and-so at sponsorscompany.com. Within the subject line, you have, 48 hours to respond to this message, or you'll forfeit the prize, right? They have like a good company will have the full spiel in their little message to you. And then you take that address and you just go onto your computer and you message that person. And that's it. There's no give us your credit card or something like and then they say, great, now, thanks. We're so glad to hear from you. Please find attached the release form. You fill that out and you're good to go. Speaking of which, I did a video, and I will have to do a follow-up video, but I haven't had a chance yet because it only happened yesterday and I was busy publishing a book. There was a contest that I got a winning notification, and it was a pin code one from the beer. And we had a code, and I put only one in because it's not pin code hunting season, so I wasn't looking for them. And they were giving away 250 $50 gift cards. I thought, oh, I am winning one of these. And then I got the notification. I thought, I knew it. I knew I was going to win this giveaway. And then I printed out the form. I'd filled it out. I was waiting for someone to sign it because I was by myself at the house. I was waiting for someone to come home so they could, sign the witness, or, I hadn't gone to the neighbors, or, I hadn't done any of that yet. And then I got the message that said, that message went out in error. We're terribly sorry. And we'll let you know. And I thought, oh, someone's having a bad day. I'm a marketer also. I could only imagine the office when you mean to send out 250 and you send it out to potentially everybody that entered. Oh, that is not good. The pit of my stomach, I thought, this poor person. So I messaged them back and I said, oh, I admit I'm a little bit disappointed, but someone's having a bad day. And as a fellow marketer, it'll get better, I promise. Well, yesterday, I got an email back saying, thank you very much for your kind words and understanding, and we'd like to offer you a $50 gift card. Kindness is free. Sprinkle that everywhere. It takes nothing to be kind. I could only imagine all the angry emails back to that company. You said I won. Da, 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 da. These giveaways are run by human beings who are fallible, using computers that make mistakes all the time. Don't get mad. There's no point. And I was one of the ones, because I thought, okay, they made a mistake. I never bothered sending in my form. And I guess so many people already had. And they said, oh, we never got your form. We reattached it. Please send it and we'll send you the prize. So I did that yesterday. And I let them know that the reason I didn't send it in is because I thought, well, if they're going to do the draw properly, like fix this mistake, then I would be notified if I did, in fact, win. So please remember that when things happen. Now, sometimes you do have to, if it's a fairly big prize, you got to start to, chase it a little bit. But again, you don't have to be mean about it. And most of the time, now I have heard the occasional story of it not working out, but most of the time, it will work out in your favor. Just be patient and be kind and, follow the golden rule. Talk to somebody as if you were talking. Someone asked, Michael asked, if you use your regular email, how do you make sure you don't miss winning notifications? So you could set up folders. You can set up a contest folder, and then you can go and set up rules for any like winner, congratulations, release form, affidavit, like set up a bunch of rules for all keywords that you would get in an email, and have them immediately sent to that inbox so that you can spot them quickly. You can also do searches on your inbox for those words too. And check every day. But I never really have to search. I can spot them when they come in. Okay, let's see. Oh, he did ask, do you have a different email address just for contests? Yes, but I've been using it for so long that it's just as full as my business email. So again, it's the exact same process. Whatever email you're using, set up rules and alerts. And I scan a couple of times a day. Just scan. I can spot them because I've been doing it for so long. I can spot them. I don't think I've missed any that way. And I also check the spam folder once a day because you never know. Yeah, that's interesting. I agreed. How to do that verification for the filter by win. Notice came from admin firm, which looked a little sus at first. Oh, Mary, that's right. I saw them announce you as the winner. I know. I had one like that, and I thought, this does not look legitimate. And so I did some digging, and I realized they were using a firm. And actually, I even had a potential client call me once. And it came through like international number, potentials for spam. And I hung up on it. I didn't even answer it. And then it called again. And I picked it up, and then I didn't say anything. I just did the like noises in the background. And then somebody's going, hello. And I went, oh, hello. And he goes, oh, yes, we emailed and you said to give you a call about this. I was going to potentially help them with a sweepstakes maybe in the future. But I said, oh, I'm so sorry I hung up on you. Your phone number came through as potential spam. And it was a business call. So this is why I say answer every call. Because even legitimate businesses are getting flagged now. It's not good. Let's see. Oh, inundated. Oh, yes. Then you need to do the unsubscribing. This advice came from Tom Cavalli. I mean, I always did it, but he had a little system to do it. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. He said, do an email diet. Like a lot of people go on diets in January. And he said, and to unsubscribe from your emails is so intimidating. Like there's so many. So he said, just do 10 a day. If you did 10 a day for a whole month, there's 300 companies you've unsubscribed from. That's huge. It's going to really cut down everything in your inbox. And he doesn't subscribe unless it gives him extra entries. And then I think he fairly quickly unsubscribes. So that is another good tip. Oh, dear. Yeah, it happened with the Raptors contest. The intern emailed all the winners at the same time. No blind copy. So many reply alls, including people's signed forms. The poor intern. Oh, dear. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes that's how you learn your marketing lessons in your first job, is you do something that's slightly disastrous. Yes, I actually use Yahoo too, but it doesn't matter what email, whether you're using Yahoo, Gmail, Outlook, um, whatever, a provider's email like a Rogers.com or Verizon.com or whatever. They all have the option to create rules, and you always have the option to make labels or mailboxes. So you can filter those messages with those rules. Oh dear. Yeah, this is a good question from Cynthia. How do you send a thank you card to a company when the return address is generic? Such as today, I received a Pepsi $100 gift card, but no idea how to say thank you. In that case, you might want to just do a simple social post and just tag the company, because the agency that's running the giveaway, is probably also running their socials. Or you can, depending on how you got it, there might be a return address of the agency. But see, I don't know. The problem is when it's a small sponsor, it's easy because you can find the company and somebody really appreciates it. But when you start to get to these Fortune 100 companies, I don't know if they ever see it. But I might post on social in that case. And then one thing a lot of sweepers do is, again, 30, 60, 90 days out, they'll go back and they'll remove anything that looks sweepy or, any of those. So they figure if they've seen it in 90 days and then you go and you remove it, so that when sponsors go and look at your feed, it's not all just sweepstakes. Another trick is, how often can you make your post not look like a sweepstakes entry? Oh, yes. See, there you go. Won a contest from Remax at Christmas, and the marketing company called to let me know. Yes. Oh, that's so funny. She said, I bet you thought this was a spam call. Again, it depends on how that phone number comes through. And this is why I do tell people, always answer your phone, because you just never know. Oh, the mail-ins. We miss the mail-ins. I remember one of the conventions, there was a mail-in for a car, and some people, and then so the contest was finished at that point, and so they were asking people. They put a survey out, and they said, how many people won a car, and how many did you submit? And there was one person that put in 7 entries and they won a car, and somebody else put in like 1,500 and won a car. And it was ranged everywhere in there. Some did like 100, some did like 700. It was crazy, the range of like how many it took to win. It really is luck of the draw. But the person that did 7, everyone was like, no. As far as mail-in for cars with 10, 20, 30 entries, do you feel they're counted, or better chance in buying the product? My college son really wants to know. Okay, now here's the problem. By law, a method of entry shouldn't increase or decrease your odds of winning. It should be the same whether you enter via the purchase or the no purchase entry. It should be exactly the same. However, sometimes things go wrong with giveaways. So for example, it was the year before, Coke, and it happened in both Canada and the US. So they didn't just screw it up in one place, they screwed it up in 2. They put a QR code on millions of packages, like the boxes for the sodas and the wrappers for the like small cases of, and then all the individual bottles you'd see everywhere. And you're supposed to scan the QR code and then enter for a grand prize, and then you're supposed to scan the QR code to see if you won an instant prize. But you can't scan a QR code twice. Or if you can, they didn't have it set up. I don't know that you can scan the same QR code twice. So on the second scan, it would crap out. So everybody had to use the alternative method of entry, to the point where Coca-Cola put on their feed, I'm guessing the agency did it, please use the alternative method of entry, because they were getting inundated with people complaining about this giveaway. So everybody that won using the alternative method of entry. A little bit crazy. So that totally changed that. And then last year, there was the one with the ketchup packs, and the more ketchup packs you took pictures of put you in different tiers for prizing. So some people did different tiers. They did a mix of mail-ins and entries. And then it seemed, from what I could tell, a lot of people were having trouble with the photo submissions. Like half the time it would work, half the time it wouldn't. And so some people then resorted to the mail-in to get them to the next tier. And then they won on a lower tier because that's only where their picture entries went in. And it seemed that none of the mail-in entries were counted. So I don't know if that was an error. Somebody didn't know. Somebody didn't follow the rules. Like, there's so many possibilities on how that could have played out. Like, sometimes it's a little crazy at an agency. You know, like I said, a long time ago, I worked at one, and it was a good experience because I really got to see what it's like on the other side when you're dealing with the clients. And making them happy because you're representing them and they're your face. But sometimes it's also multiple companies running one giveaway, which is what might have happened to some of these problems that they had. So for example, the agency I worked in, they had Kraft, and you think, oh, they have all of Kraft. No, one agency manager was the peanut butter. One agency manager was the cream cheese. One agency manager was, and we didn't have all the Kraft products. We only had some of the Kraft products. So the cream cheese division hosted a giveaway, and there was 5 agencies total running the giveaways. We were just fulfillment. We had to wait for another agency to send me all of the winners info. And then someone else was running the social, and someone else had run the website. Like, it was, this person had to send that person the info, and then they had to send this. So if there's multiple agencies running some of the giveaways, you can see where some of the snafus happen along the way. So, and then some agencies are just massive. So if it was for a car, I would do a mix. I would do some product and some mail-in. That's what I do. And also, my rule of thumb, I need to do a TikTok on this. My rule of thumb for purchase entry is the value. So for example, and the chocolate bars just went up at our local dollar store to 91 cents, but it's still cheaper than postage, because postage here is $1 plus tax. Or, so for a chocolate giveaway, it makes more sense for me to buy the product, to enjoy the product, and submit the receipt than to spend the stamp or multiple stamps. If I have to do a return address stamped envelope, that's double. However, if it's a very expensive product, you know, like a case of beer here, sometimes they're $50 or $60. I'll get some of the pins, and then I will also do some of the mail-ins. I'll split the difference between the two. So that's how that works. And that's the other reason I pin code hunt in the summer, when there's a lot of giveaways that require codes. I get my exercise in, I get fresh air, and I get more opportunities to win, because a lot of people just throw them away and they don't even know. And some of them, depending on the giveaway, like we had one in Fruit Loops, and it was, what do you call the term? It was a seeded contest, in the sense of it wasn't randomized by the time you entered, or you just entered a pin and they were going to do a random draw. No, you submitted a pin and it let you know if you had the winning pin. So they'd already picked which pins were going to be winners. So it could still be sitting on a store shelf somewhere at the end of the giveaway, or somebody's just thrown it in the bin. They never bothered to enter because, a lot of people that don't know the hobby think, oh, well, that's a scam. Nobody wins that stuff. Or they don't even realize it's on the box. They don't, like, it's not even in their realm. They don't even see it. So those are the different things. And then and on one beer company that did that, I won. I was really hoping to find the backyard makeover. I did find a $50 winner, though. I won a $50 Visa gift card. So, yeah, so back to these questions. I'm going to go through the comments. So, yeah, Mary said, I have Google alerts for key phrases and Gmail. So same thing. What platforms do you have the most luck on winning contests? I do best on actual standard entry form giveaways. And I would say a little bit on social, but I love my radio giveaways too. I do fairly well on the locals, what I call the locals. So I do all the radio giveaways every day. I love those. And it actually, I sit with the radio on and I work. And I listen and I have alarms. Like, here's my tip right now. There's a lot of call-ins. So I have my alarms for like every radio station when they're going to do code words and call outs set. And I don't have it on now, but I have it synced to my watch. So if my phone's not around me, my watch will buzz and I'll look at the time. Oh, better go turn on the radio if I'm not in the room or I'm doing something else. Or I even just open up Chrome on my phone and I listen. So sometimes 2 or 3 radio stations will be doing it at the same time. So I've had George, like there's at one point there was 3. And I'd had one on the computer, one on the radio, one on my phone, and someone would come to the door and I'm like, shh, I'm listening. I'm trying to listen to 3 things at once. Do I listen for a code word? Am I listening for our name? Am I listening for the cue to call in or whatever? But yeah, just last month, George and I went to Jazz Divas date night out. It was fantastic. 3 iconic female jazz singers and composed, like one of them composed, they all composed their own music, and it was just fantastic show. Something normally not in my realm or something that I would, do. And I love winning prizes like that because it just kind of opens up your consciousness and introduces you to things you might not attend, because George loves jazz. So I'm like, oh, I'll enter that. He would like that. And I loved it. So I do best, but I know people that love Instagram. They win so much off Instagram. And I'm like, I win like 1 here and 1 there. For the amount that I enter on Instagram, the winning proportion is far lower than other platforms. It's another reason I recommend using a spreadsheet. Like, you can get a free spreadsheet on my website under 5 steps to begin winning at the bottom of step 1. And it tracks. You want to track the date you won, what you won, when you won it, how much was it, all these different things. And then I put the platform, like, was it online? Was it on the radio? And then was it a form? Was it a blog post? Did you call in to win? And that way, at the end of the year, you can look back. I had one woman say to me, she never wins on Instagram. She spends a whole night every week just entering Instagram, and she never wins. She's never won an Instagram prize. I'm like, so then stop. She's like, what do you mean? But there's so many things I can win. I'm like, well, it's clearly not working for you. So why are you wasting your time on Instagram? Where are you successful? Spend more time there. It's okay. there's lots of prizes. Let other people win those other ones. Let them do what works. Why would you waste a whole night every night for a whole year on something that doesn't work? She didn't know until the whole year had passed, and then she had a pattern, and she's like, okay, clearly this is a waste of my time. And then you pivot. That's what you do. She tried something. As T. Harv Eker always liked to say, ready, fire, aim. Because if you wait till you've aimed correctly, it's never good. Just keep going. So she did that. She tried it, didn't work, moved on to something else. Okay. And Michael wants to know, subscribing to emails, if you unsubscribe soon after entering, does it ruin your chances? That's why it's good to wait a couple of months if you can remember. If you say only unsubscribe once in a while. If you were only subscribing to the ones that will give you the extra entry and not just because, it's going to keep your emails down and you'll remember. But I don't think if you try, the best bet is to unsubscribe when it ends. So the trick there is, if you have an organization system that tracks when you are entering sweepstakes, leave it in there maybe for a week and then go and delete it. And at the same time, then go unsubscribe. Because if you haven't been notified by then, okay. So do you think it's beneficial to create a post thanking the company when you win? I do. I won all that lovely shampoo and hair vitamins from Monday Hair Care. And I made a post thanking them. And they were very happy that I was sharing their stuff. And of course, I can't use that. I mean, they think 6 huge boxes is 6 months supply of shampoo. I'm like, I use like that's like a 6 months. That's like 6 years worth of shampoo. I'm exaggerating, of course, but I'm going to share it. I've already got it set out for my sister-in-law and my sister and my mom. So when I see them, they're all going to have shampoo. And then I'll keep, like 3 for me and 3 for them. I like sharing. I think it's great. Actually, it's funny because when I won the first part of it, my sister left a comment on my Instagram post and she said, can I have some? And then when we went to visit her, I took it. And she's like, oh, I didn't think you'd actually share. I'm like, oh, why wouldn't I share it? Oh, Laura said, do you always think thank you codes? I used to send thank you cards all the time. But as, I forgot her name now. She said that, Cynthia, it's a generic address. What do you do? So most of the time, like I'd say 99% of the time, I thank the sponsor on social now. And it was Facebook, and then it moved to Twitter, and now it's primarily Instagram. But I also try to thank them on the platform that I won on. So if I won a Facebook giveaway, I would thank them there. If I won on Instagram, I would thank them there. Like I try and tie it to the platform. So I have done a couple of TikTok thank yous too. Yeah, and just think about it too. Companies, especially smaller businesses, are run by people. And if you give a gift to somebody, you love them say, oh, thank you very much. They appreciate it. And it's the same thing. So smaller businesses are giving things away. And when they hear you're grateful, that just makes them want to do another giveaway in the future. It's just, golden rule. I always say sweep by the golden rule, right? Do unto others. So if you would like a thank you, give a thank you. And again, companies are run by people. And how would it make you feel to get a little something? I always do a social post. Now, there was one that I won when I won an Xbox, and she got it to me before Christmas. I kind of hunted her down like on Instagram or not Instagram, LinkedIn, to figure out which agency she was at and the location of the agency. And I wrote her a thank you Christmas card and sent it because I was so grateful that she got it to me before Christmas. So Christmas was really great around our house. And so that was, I haven't done a letter in a while. Mostly it's just been social. Do you know if a random number is someone from a sweeps company? Do they usually leave messages or try contacting by email? Too many telemarketers. I always answer because, again, I run a business and I never know. So I always answer. Sometimes you'll get the company name on the screen. You'll get somebody's person, depending on how the company set up the phone lines. You'll get somebody's name or you'll get an actual company. And depends on the rules. Most of the time they will leave a message. Like our local radio station, if I'm tied up or something, or I'm in a meeting, or they'll leave a message. Hi, this is so-and-so from the promotions department at, whatever radio station. You won tickets to go see, give me a call back, or they'll email. That's why you have to check everything. But again, the rule, you have to go back to the rules. Most of the time companies will leave a message. There have been, and I haven't seen this since the pandemic. Again, the pandemic changed so many things. There used to be giveaways. I remember, show up at a radio station on Friday with your passport and your carry-on luggage, and out of the crowd, we're going to pick somebody to just take to the airport for the weekend. Those kinds of crazy giveaways, but they don't seem to do that kind of stuff anymore. It's just normal. Or there have been somewhere we're giving away. I saw this. It was money. I think they were giving away. You had to answer your phone or they go to the next one. So for example, one of our local television stations calls somebody at 8. And if you answer the phone with the winning phrase, you win the money. If not, if you don't answer, they hang up, they don't leave a message. Or if you don't answer correctly, they let you know that you just lost the money. I know, horrible, right? Anyone else having issues with Instagram not showing stories across the top? I don't know. I have not seen that. Let me look. I have stories. But they're doing this weird thing. Like I'll go to my business one, the Contest Queen. So if I go to my feed, yeah, I have the stories. But also if I go to my page, I now have threads and post and notifications and things on this side now. They've really changed it up. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else is having. Oh, there you go. Sweetie Sweeps is starting to post TikTok giveaways. That's awesome. Yeah, I hope Canadian sites will as well. Again, a lot of the TikTok giveaways are exactly like Instagram giveaways. Follow the sponsor, like the video, tag a friend, share it for an extra entry, which never counts anyway. So almost the identical circle of friends that I have on Instagram, I have on TikTok, and I just get tagged in the same thing. Oh yeah, the products are expensive. So yeah, back to the value per thing. And also if it's something that's kind of expensive, but you're always purchasing it anyway, or something that's on your regular rotation. So you're buying bread every week. Well, this particular brand is having a contest. Well, guess which brand I'm buying that week? If I'm buying the product anyway, I might as well buy the specially marked package, right? that's not really going to change very much. Yeah, I like the idea of handwritten thank you cards for sweeps wins. It's nice if you can find it, but it is getting harder to find addresses. Sometimes you find them, like when they send you the prize, they'll have the thing there. Where it was sent from. But be careful, because sometimes, again, I said worked for one agency. Sometimes the prize comes from a fulfillment house or a fulfillment place, and the agent is working somewhere else. You could always say, which location are you working out of? You could bluntly ask. Or you can try and find the main head office number and say, hey, I want to send so-and-so a thank you card. What address can I send it to? So maybe you send it to the main head office and they'll internal email message it to that person. Stuff like that. Lori says, do most people who get PIN codes from the recycling know why you're going through the recycling? First of all, I get up at 5:30 and most people don't see me because they're not awake. And then some people, they don't care what I'm doing. A lot of them think I'm looking for cans, because there's a lot of bottle guys and a few women out doing bottle hunting. So they look for bottles and cans, so then they can return them and make money. Some people have asked me. I've had a few people yell at me. I don't know why they care. They don't want it anymore. And then I've had a few people ask me, and I tell them why, and they are fascinated. So I think it's just really funny that they want to know all that. In Canada, Contest Canada and Red Flag Deals for Contests. And the only other one for Canada is Contest Girl. We're really down to 3 here. It's getting a little sad. Okay, so Mary says depends. She had a couple of gift basket wins from the holidays over Instagram, but filter by was regular form. Yeah. And Daphne says she just started, and both her wins for IG. Again, look at where you're successful and do that. Now and Susan says she wins 2 to 4 on Instagram a month. I need to be picking up my Instagram game. Susan says she has 1 a year on Facebook, nothing on X or TikTok. Yeah, I haven't really entered X in a long time. At one point, right when they shifted from Twitter to X, there seemed to be a mass exodus. And I even saw companies saying, hey, we're going to start hosting our giveaways on Instagram. Head over there and follow us over there. I was like, wow. So there are some, but not as many. And I don't even go on there. Like, I used to have the best conversations and the parties and following people and the stories. I used to spend a lot of time on the platform. And probably TikTok's my number 1, because that's where I get the most engagement. That's where I've had the best promotion for my business. And so I'd have to say, for me, I would say TikTok is number 1, and Instagram would be number 2, and then Facebook number 3, and X number 4. And I don't even do Pinterest anymore. I have one for Contest Queen, and I was posting blogs there, but I've been writing so much on the books, I haven't even hardly blogged. I have a blog that's half written. I have never finished it. It's on notifications. And I started a video, and then I had trouble editing it, and I got to redo it. I'm taking a YouTube course, and I haven't been finishing it, so I need to do that. I miss my Florida stations. No radio sweeps in the Western. Oh, that's interesting. North Carolina mountains. You brought back memories of winning on the radio. That's really interesting. You know what I would try? I'm very curious. See, again, play with it. This is a hobby, right? It's supposed to be fun. So play with it, experiment, try something new. Start doing Instagram searches for your region using like the different hashtags for North Carolina or Western or so. See if it pulls up anything that's regional. I'm curious to see if that works for you. I don't do that because I live near Toronto. So there's so many big giveaways for the city that I don't even have to search. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Instagram, I tend to look at entries. High entries, I skip. Generally, I do agree with you on that. However, I know there's always an exception to the rule, right? If it's a trip, which I, of course, is going to get massive entries, I will enter those because you never know. I just received an $84 bill for X, just have a blue check mark. I'm not seeing wins because I have it. Anyone else? Yeah, I would see if you get a refund, Cynthia. Like, I don't know. I do not think any of the purchase check marks are worth it. Meta's been pushing me for Facebook and Instagram. Hey, you can buy it. I'm like, no, I can't be bothered. Anita says, I won more in IG, but bigger wins were through sweeps. Yeah, that's me. That you're the exact same as me. Oh, be organized. That's a hoot. But that's a key, Michael. Being organized, you will enter more sweepstakes in a shorter amount of time, and you won't accidentally disqualify yourself. That's why being organized is key to winning sweepstakes. The big sweepers, if you talk to all the big sweepers, you say to them, how long do you spend every day entering? They'll say an hour to two max, mostly an hour. That's it. That's all they're entering, and they're winning big. So people say, well, how can you enter big in an hour? Because they're organized. Whoa, holy cow. Yolanda says, I went from Dunkin' Donuts and the prize finally showed up a year later. That is crazy. Oh, yeah, I agree with Cynthia. Sharing is a great way of paying forward. I just love it. It's kind of fun. Oh, Caroline is here in the house. She is coming from us. She's our future sweepstaker. It is already Wednesday there, and I hope the future's bright, Caroline. And we are hoping that she is on a successful path to potentially join us in Las Vegas this summer. If not, I'm going to keep the campaign going so she can join us in Little Rock, Arkansas the following year. I already told I'm rooming with Wendy, and I said, by the way, if Caroline's coming, she can bunk with us. She's already come for Australia. She needs to hang out with people she knows. Oh, Laura says, I say thank you. I never send cards. Like I said, I used to send a lot of cards when I first started, and then now it's mostly social. But you know, that one lady did such a big favor. Oh, this is Caroline said. She says, I was told, this is a long comment, so I'm just going to read it. I was told by a radio station to attend breakfast with a guest of choice, and one person win overnight accommodation, dinner, and breakfast at the particular hotel brand. Once the winner was announced, we were all told off air that we'd all be going to various hotels that weekend, all with the same offer, dinner, bed, and breakfast. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? Oh, and Bonnie says, my biggest prize in 23 was 100K. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have you as a guest on the show, and you're going to have to talk about this. I got a Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. I've never entered IG or blogs. Do these create extra spam? No, actually, IG or blogs don't create spam because you're on social. You're not entering forms generally. I am going to DM you, Miss Bonnie, and we're going to talk because I think that needs to you need to be on a show with the contest queen for sure. And on, oh wait, I missed some comments. I don't know. Oh, Miss Canadian Market, are you digging through the garbage? No, I don't dig through the garbage. I dig through recycling in an open box. You can just go look at my feeds and see previous videos of me doing pin cone hunting in the summer. And sometimes I wear a hat because I start usually in April or May, and at 5:30 in the morning, it's still chilly out. Do you go and read the stories to find out if you won? I enter a lot, but I figure they'll reach me out if I won. Yeah, I don't watch the stories. But here's the thing. If they post a story about the winner, they usually tag the winner in the story, and that will show up in your notification messages. And you will know. That's why it's important to check every day, because the stories are only 24 hours. So I usually check a couple of times a day. I just enter. I wouldn't even know what platform or how to track it. Well, then you need to enter my giveaway on Saturday, where I post for you to win a Sweepstakes Masterclass. And I did it last month. Now, I used to do it where I gave away one. And then the previous month, they were all like, my last video at the end of January, everyone was saying I should do a class. So we kind of workshopped it live. And I thought, well, that's a good idea. I mean, it's the same amount of time for me to teach one as it is 25. So why not? And I did it. And it was hugely successful. It was so fun. I think it was supposed to be like an hour, and it went like 2 hours. We had so much fun. And a lot of people had their questions sent to me in advance. So I already started with a list, and I tried to group them together because, there was these ones on this, premise, and this one. And then if I missed one, somebody came back and I was highlighting them off. So I knew that I made sure I got everybody's questions, and it was so much fun. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to give away 25 seats. So if you want to learn how to win sweepstakes, if there's stuff you're stuck on, go and enter that, because I gave away 25. It's fun. I'm going to keep doing it for, I think, 2024, not just one prize. I'm going to give away 25 every month. Why not? I mean, it takes the same amount of time out of my, my calendar. So what difference does it make? And it's going to be held now because I am traveling to the Tar Heel Sweepstakes banquet on the 23rd of March. I have to hold it on the 18th. So the entry period, I'm going to make it a smidge shorter so that I have enough notification time. And you don't enter if you can't come on the 18th. And not everybody's free in the evenings. So once the spring comes, I'll host one like on a weekend, so that people that can't come in the evenings will have an opportunity to come in the afternoon. Yeah, so that's a good question. Oh, caller 9. Now, I've got to ask you this. Are you using a landline or a cell phone? Because I can't seem to get through my cell phone. However, most of the radio contests now, you have to either register on their website and then listen for your name, and you have like 10 minutes to call back, or you get a keyword and you text it in, and then if they call you back, you win, or you get to play the game or whatever. We have one radio station that if you're the 9th texter, you win. Chris, go back and watch the video after it's live. I already gave demos. And let's see what else. And then we're going to wrap this up because I'm starting to lose my voice. Do you think the demographics of sweepers going to change with all the social sweeps? Would be willing to bet that most sweepers are over 60 from all the ones I've seen or met in clubs and online. Okay, so I think there's a lot more young people entering, but they're just not part of the community. So I think the demographics have changed. We just don't see it because they are not attending the club meetings and they're not coming to the conventions. And so we see all the old farts who were part of the hobby. And I can say that because I'm 57. And because I came in at the tail end of the mail-in days. So they didn't have a choice. There was no social. They did have clubs. That's the only way they helped each other win and connected, and then attended the conventions. This is, I think, number 35. I could be wrong, but it's up there. So, of course, the people that are coming to this are the people that have been entering for ages and coming to these events and coming to the clubs. I'm hoping that being on TikTok, that's another reason I like being on TikTok, because the demographics are much different. And I'm hoping that younger people see that. And we're starting to get if you come to my virtual contest club meeting, they're starting to become younger people coming. They'll be like, this is my first club meeting. I just started or whatever. And they're asking all us, seasoned sweepers questions, and we're helping them. We're like, yes, keep coming back. They're like, oh, this is so much fun. There's so many people. We're like, yes, come. So I think some of them are starting to wake up to the fact that there's a whole community out there and it's not just all about the prize. So I think it will change over time. We'll see. But I think it has changed more than we know because we don't see them. I would want a masterclass with you. It'd be so badass. It is badass. Oh, I was convinced I would win last time and I didn't. Well, enter again because I did 25 names. Oh, Daphne said, yeah, I entered the last one. It was amazing. Oh, no, the masterclass to enter is free. I don't charge people money to enter my giveaways. Now, I do host masterclasses. Like I do a series in May. You can go look. They're $35. They're not expensive. I keep it reasonable. I did have to raise my rates. I used to charge 25, but I raised it just a little bit because all my costs have gone up. Like my Zoom costs, for example, and all the software I use, the annual subscription fees have gone up a little bit, my web hosting and all those good things. So I do charge a little more to cover those costs. So the 18th of what month? It's going to be the 18th of March, but that'll be in the sweepstakes rules. Like when I do the giveaway, it's going to actually say, if you can't attend on this date at this time, please don't enter because that's when it is. And then what I did was, instead of just sending, hey, you won, get back to me. No, I just basically sent an email to everybody with the Zoom link. And if you showed up, you showed up. And if you didn't, you didn't. Cell phone. And let me tell you, I dial 100 dials in 10 minutes in the morning. Oh, she uses a cell phone, 100 dials in 10 minutes. Oh, I know. That's crazy. Oh, Angie says, I can't wait to hardly see you in North Carolina. Are you bringing fairy dust? I was thinking of putting some fairy dust. I don't have any out at the moment on my desk. But what I'm going to do is I'm doing some special prize packs, but I think to give away the prizes at the event this year. Last year, I just do a random number. So I gave away candy, Canadian candy, and on each box or wrapper, I put a number. And then I used random.org on my phone and I called out 5 numbers, and those numbers just randomly won packs. But this year, I'm thinking of taking down butter tarts and putting a number. I was thinking of actually even printing out the recipe for everybody and putting it under, and then putting maybe a number on the recipe card because people might just eat the butter tart and not pay attention. And then what I'm going to do is random pick, but to win the prize pack, the person has to answer a skill testing question. So for example, I was thinking of one of them could be like, well, I don't want to give away the one that we had thought of with all the things, but anyway, something about Canada, like that. And you'll have multiple choice. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? If you get it right, you win the bag. If you get it wrong, I'm going to have little prize packs. I was thinking of making some manifesting boxes with chocolate that Helene Hatzel had. If you go to my Words for Winning, there's a whole blog post on manifesting with chocolate. And it's so fun. So I thought I would make up these like little boxes with all the instructions and some chocolate, Canadian chocolate, instead, because Helene did it with M&Ms, but I would use Smarties. Smarties are smart. I know your Smarties, American Smarties, are like our rockets, and our Smarties are like M&Ms. I say they taste better, anyway, because I grew up with them. But I was thinking of doing like a prize pack like that, like like a secondary prize, or I don't even know what the term is. Not like a dunce prize, but oh yes, this is important. I'm going to put this up here because anybody watching this on YouTube or Facebook after the fact. And Lori, DM me and I will make an actual post, or I can even make a blog about this for you. She's trying to save the history of sweeps before online. I think she might write a book. I'm trying to talk her into writing a book because I don't have time for that book. So, oh, that's funny. It definitely gets my adrenaline going. Everyone knows don't call me after 9 or after 12. That's when I'm dialing. That's hilarious. Well, the class, okay, so you can get into the class in May. There's openings for the May class right now. There's sweepstakes for beginners, how to win on social media, different more RoboForm 101. You could just go and look at my calendar, or like just click on the events page, or just wait till the 2nd, and I'm going to post the contest, the giveaway contest. I do it on the 2nd of every month because on the 1st of every month I send out my newsletter, and I like to do an exclusive email announcing the contest. So I don't want to send 2 emails in the same day. So I kind of space things out a little bit. Oh my gosh. Mayor says, I think I've been sweeping since I was a child. I used to collect scratch tickets from gum and card packs at the park and bring home to see if I won. I love it. No, it's not on my site yet. On the 2nd, I post it on the 2nd of every month. So if you go to my site and you look at the last giveaway, it's last month's giveaway, right? Like the next one, it gets posted on the 2nd, and then it runs like till the 15th or 16th. And actually, last time I think I ran it to the 16th, and then I held the class on the 20th. But the problem is, because this month I'm traveling and I can't do a class that day, I'm probably only going to run it till the 14th, and then people have 4 days to get their calendar up. Oh, this is interesting. I was grandfathered in for speed dial on my landline in Florida. I programmed the station number and only had to use the number, this pound sign, and 1 digit. I won so much. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. I bring a consolation prize. Thank you, Caroline. I had a brain hiccup there. Is there a Canadian convention? No, because I've hosted 2 events, both which lost a ton of money because people don't understand how they work. And so after the first one, I said never, and then I caved and did it again. So never. You can go to the States. It's just the way it is. I held one in Canada, in Toronto, and it was very expensive. I can't even imagine. It would probably double or triple the cost now from what it was back in 2007. So no way, Jose, am I holding one. I think we're going to wrap it up. And on that note, and so just sign up for my newsletter, because I send out, like, for example, the last day of every month, I send out a list of all the events for the next month. And the 1st I send out, and the 15th I send out a regular newsletter with an article and some links. And then the reminders for the virtual contest club meeting. And then the 2nd of every month, I do a giveaway. But actually, I'm thinking I have to go the 3rd this month, and I'll tell you why. Or my newsletter has to be late, because on the 1st of this month, there'll be an exclusive email going out to all my American friends, because I'm doing a giveaway with Nectar of the Vine. And then we're doing a TikTok. So I'm building I'm actually helping them. I'm building the contest for them tomorrow. So the 1st, it's going to launch on the 1st, and it's going to go to the 15th. And on the 8th, and you can win one of 5 prize packs from them. They're worth like $100. And I have mine. They're giving me some samples tomorrow that are arriving. They were supposed to arrive today. UPS changed the shipping till tomorrow. I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm so excited. And so they're going to have 5 prize packs, because one of their goals, and every company should have a goal. Like if you run a sweepstakes, what's your goal? Their goal is they want to grow their TikTok following. They want to get past 1,000 so they could go live, because they do a lot of in-person events, and they want the ability to go live at those events and then also do other things. But you need 1,000 followers on TikTok to go live. So Kathy Partak, who works for them, but I know her from, she had a blog called Intentional Winning, and I've interviewed her on my show, and I've hung around her. And actually, I'm going to see her. They moved from California to North Carolina, so I'm going to see her on the 22nd. I'm so excited. But on the 8th, we are going to have a TikTok live. It's going to be my first TikTok live with a guest. So excited, because I have enough to go live, and hopefully we're hoping that this will help them get enough followers to go live. So if you want to get a sneak in advance, just wait till the 1st, and then we're going to host on their website a Gleam giveaway, and one of the options is going to be follow them on TikTok. So that's going to be very exciting, because their prize packs are going to be so cool. So yeah, so I might have to move my newsletter to the 3rd, because I still want to host my giveaway. So sometimes my newsletter gets bumped for clients. Like my newsletter isn't as important as a customer. You could take 2 more days before you learn something new about sweepstakes. A giveaway is more important. So that's going to go out to the American people. The problem I have is not everybody has said that they are in the States. So some Canadians might inadvertently get the sweepstakes announcement, but that's okay. And then my giveaway will be on the 2nd. And then I think my newsletter will go out on the 3rd. I think that's how I'm going to have to do it this month, this end of month. So I do. And then I have my virtual club meeting ones go out. And then before lives, I'll try to send it 2 to 4 days, an email before I go live. So you're aware, so you can come and have fun and hang out and ask questions and learn and whatnot. So those are the kind of things that you get from the email. I don't inundate people with emails, but I do send reminders and ways to learn. So basically, those are my objectives when I send you something. I don't just willy-nilly email people. I try and have a schedule, and I try to have a purpose. Because some companies make you crazy. You sign up, and then there's like every day, 2 times a day, there's, why are you sending so many emails? It's not going to make me buy anymore. Like, actually, it's getting annoying. I unsubscribe, See, as a company, as my own little company, I like to have a purpose to those emails. And so that you see them and say, oh, Carolyn sent me something, and you open it and read it, because I hope I have a purpose for you. Yes, busy lady. I'm a busy lady. Anyway, I'm going to sign off on that note, so you know how small businesses work and what you can expect from me over the next little bit. And hopefully you'll win one of the seats in the class at the end of the middle of March. So yeah, so from the beginning of March to the middle of March, then I host the class, and then you have to wait till the 2nd of the following month to enter again. And it really is random draw. Like, I use Rafflecopter. I might start using Gleam again, but Rafflecopter gives me the program for free, and it integrates with my newsletter. So I'm a little bit lazy. I don't want to change it. Okay, thanks. And if you have any questions, just DM me or post it on social. You don't have to wait a whole month for an answer. And good luck.